no one should pretend to be something he isn't. I've tried it. And when I say I've tried it, I mean tried, but failed. Well, anyway, this is just taking me in circles. If I want to get anything straight, I'll have to start at the beginning. About 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to meet a guy. At least that's what my best friend, ex-best, actually, girlfriend told me. By the time I'm through, you'll know why I don't take her advice anymore. Anyway, she had told me all about him, and I'll have to admit, he really did sound like a good catch. She said he was tall, dark, and handsome, but of course, I never found out. Oh, I went out with him all right, but I never got a good look at him. Maybe I better explain that, because you're lost, right? Well, see, I wear glasses, or should I say windows, because there's enough glass in each one to make a picture window. I kid you not. The lens in each one must be at least 4 inches thick. I've thought about getting contact lenses, but I doubt if the prescription I need would fit in my eyeball. Anyway, I really wanted to make an impression on this guy, and my girlfriend knew it. Jane, my girlfriend said, your glasses are pitiful. I mean, what guy wants to look through 3 doors just to see what a girl's eyes look like? Why don't you leave your glasses at home, just for tonight, and follow his lead? I suppose I should have known better, but she did make it sound easy enough. I mean, so what if I'm blind as a bat and can't see 3 inches in front of my face? Big deal. Still, not sure of it being a good idea. I decided to take my glasses with me, but I didn't wear them. When Irving, somehow, I just can't picture Irving being tall, dark, and handsome. When he came for me, I was ready to conquer. We quickly left, and I made it to the car without mishap. I had gone first, and Irving just didn't seem to be the gallant type, and therefore didn't bother opening the door for me. I could just barely make out the blur of silver against the burgundy background. I reached for it, and sure enough, a swell of pride raced through me as I had found the door handle and I let myself in the car. Everything okay? I heard Irving say. No, nothing, I answered. He muttered something else, and I thought to myself how far away he sounded. I slid over just a little bit for the sake of being able to hear him better. Right now, about all I could make out were the blur of streetlights through the windshield. Irving said something again, but still, I could not hear him. Not close enough, I thought to myself, and slid over further until I felt this sharp protrusion in my ribs. I felt the object out, and yup, it was a door handle, all right. It took me about 3 minutes to figure out what a door handle was doing, sticking in my left side when Irving was supposed to be sitting there. When it finally hit me, I still could not believe it. I reached out my right arm, hoping to feel a steering wheel, but instead, I felt the cold vinyl of the front seat. Breaking out into a cold sweat and squinting violently, I could just barely make out Irving's broad figure sitting directly in front of me. Like a dum-dum, I just sat there and prayed we would get to the restaurant before I started to cry. Believe me, in situations like this, there's not much else you can do besides pray. And believe me, sometimes prayers are answered. Within seconds, the car stopped. This time, gallant Irving opened the door for me. My, I've never eaten here before, I said, hoping Irving would mention the name of the restaurant. I hope not, Irving replied. We were standing in front of a pet store. Irving had parked a block away from the restaurant, but I walked that block with remarkable grace, tripped only 3 times, and only walked into 1 post. When we finally arrived at the restaurant, we were seated almost immediately, and once again, disaster struck. The waiter placed a menu in my hand, which was a great big blob of black and white. If I had used my head, I probably would have just ordered the same thing Irving did, but instead, I just pointed at 2 or 3 things on the menu. I heard the waiter gulp noisily, but I just looked up and smiled widely. Irving and I made small talk until my soup came. Pea soup, that is. And if there is anything I don't love, it's pea soup. I knew I had to eat it, though. I looked down for my spoon, knowing it was there somewhere. Believe me, you can't eat soup with a fork. If Irving noticed, he didn't say anything, but by now, he was probably afraid to. On my second try, I found my spoon and downed the ugly green pea soup. By the time I was finished, main course was served. Lobster. I ordered lobster. After pea soup. I was slowly getting ill. Right now, about all I could do was get up, go to the bathroom, and cry. And after that, I was going to cry some more. Excuse me, I said, getting up and going to the bathroom at the same time. I walked directly straight until I came to a door. Opening it, a wave of relief overcame me as I heard the sound of rushing water. Digging furiously through my purse, I could just barely make out 3 or 4 figures in front of me. Promptly placing the thick lens on my nose, I watched as a world of blur turned into a world of clear-cut figures. Men figures, that is. Crazy dang, I heard one of the men mutter on my way out. I rushed past the coat racks, out the door, flagged a cab, and went home. Funny, I haven't seen Irving since.